Hey Brownsville, welcome back to another episode of Brownsville at Large. I'm your host, City Commissioner at Large, Tino Villarreal Jr. I'm glad you're here with us today. We'll be talking with Rio Grande LNG project, one of the largest economic development projects in our region's history. NextDecade first filed with the FERC in May of 2016 to build an LNG export terminal at the Port of Brownsville. In March of 2019, NextDecade formalized its site presence with the Brownsville Navigation District, and in October of 23, as we all know, construction began. Now, phase one. Fast forward to today, 6,000 jobs and more on the way. Joining me today is Andrea Benton, Community Relations Director for NextDecade here in Brownsville. Andrea, welcome to the show. So, what do you think of the set?
I love it.
Is it
Congratulations.
it's different? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is our second season, so we've definitely taken a liking to this feel. It's very home. It's very cozy. I hope that you don't get nervous being on a podcast. We're gonna start with some icebreakers just to kind of get the nerves out, and then we can start
Okay.
really talking about NextDecade and all this amazing work that's being done over there by the Port of Brownsville. So we're going to start. First things that come to your mind, just spit them out there, just throw them out there so that we can
Okay.
get to know you a little bit more. Where did you grow up?
Well, first of all, thank you for the invitation. I'm honored to be here. And so let's begin. I grew up in Mexico City. I was born and raised in Mexico City, and I moved to Brownsville as a teenager in high school. So I lived in Brownsville more than 25 years. I'm going to date myself. So I'm more from here than anywhere else.
Okay. Where'd you go to high school?
St. Joe,
All right. Coffee or energy drink?
coffee.
What's your coffee order?
So just milk and sugar, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early morning or late night owl?
Early morning.
You're a morning person.
I am.
Okay. Tacos or barbecue?
Tacos. Anytime.
Yeah. In Brownsville, if you could only have one place to eat tacos in for the rest of your life, where would that be?
Oh, that is such a tough choice because there
Because
are
then you're gonna see, yeah.
so many good taco places. But
What are
I
your
mean,
favorites? There's a lot of them.
I like bistec. I like pastor.
But
So
from what location? Like, what's one of your
like for
favorite
example,
go-to?
I'll go to Tacos y Calacas and I'll order the pastor, or I'll go to Terras and order the steak tacos. So it's just there's
It
different
depends
places.
on it depends on what you want.
It depends. Yes.
Outside of tacos, your favorite place to eat in Brownsville?
That's also a tough one because I have many favorites, but I would say that one of my favorite places is well, I like Le Rev, I like Chilmoli, um, and I actually like Dirty Al's seafood as well.
Yeah.
So it's just variety,
Okay.
depending.
So, beach day or a walk in Linear Park?
Beach day.
Are you a sports fan?
I'm not.
No sports fan.
No.
Okay. So, yesterday, Super Bowl,
I didn't watch it.
music or podcast on a drive?
Music,
What's your favorite type of music?
90s music, pop rock, alternative rock. So I love all the oldies.
Book or movie?
Book.
Favorite book?
There's so many favorites. A recent one is titled Women Who Run with Wolves. It's my second time reading it. And it's about finding your own strength, your own creativity, intuition, and strength as a woman. It's just based on myths and stories that, have a lesson. So it's one of my recent favorites.
One word that people would use to describe you.
Um, that's a tough one. I don't know, but I guess, I'm approachable and I'm open to meeting different people.
What motivates you more, people or purpose?
Purpose.
Biggest lesson that you've learned at your time working for Next Decade?
Um, my biggest lesson is to always be true to yourself and do what you do because you believe in it and because you know it's part of a greater purpose. And this is my favorite job of my whole career. So, just seeing the impact on our community, the growth, our families is just, amazing to see.
What do you enjoy most about serving this community?
The people, seeing the impact that we have on people, is, in different capacities, whether it is, through um, support or being there in person, serving food, is just seeing the faces of the people that we are helping.
Hardest part of the job that people don't see?
I think the hardest part is balancing work, family, life. As a mom, sometimes that is hard. We don't always show it, but we do it all.
What keeps you grounded?
What keeps me grounded is my kids and my family.
Okay. Are you a routine person or you go with the flow?
I'm more of a routine person.
One thing that people would be surprised to know about you.
I think people would be surprised to know that I think that I'm naturally an introvert and I'm an extrovert for work and, with friends and everything. But after doing all the work, I always need to go home and like have some quiet and on the weekends, just take it easy. So I think people would be surprised to know that.
Last question. Finish this sentence. Brownsville is.
The best town.
That's a great answer. Now that people got to know you a little bit more, let's talk about work.
Okay.
So people drive past the port. They see all these big cranes, heavy equipment, a lot of activity. Okay, what's happening out there right now?
Well, our team has been very busy. A lot of work building this $30 billion project. So we're with our engineering procurement construction partner, Bechtel. There are more than 5,500 workers building this project. There are nearly 200 Next Decade employees, and more than 70% of those workers are from the Rio Grande Valley. We have a third party that measures the local content of our project. So we are building what is called 5 trains. So train is an LNG industry term that is just basically the liquefaction unit where the gas is liquefied and the gas is just the same gas that is used for cooking, cooling, heating homes. It's for energy. And we liquefy it because it's compressed more than 600 times and it's easier to transport and to export. In addition, we have built 2 tanks, 2 large tanks that safely hold the LNG before it's transferred to the vessels. We're going to build 2 additional tanks as well. And there's work undergoing by a third party for the pipeline that will connect to the project. And that's an additional current 800 skilled workers working on that. Beyond construction, once the terminal is completed, we will have about 700 permanent jobs just for next decade, and then additional jobs related to the pipeline will be about 650. So we're just laying the foundation for this growth, not only in the LNG area, but also in general for the Port of Brownsville, the Rio Grande Valley, and for the community. So all of this we are doing with a strong commitment to the community, to safety, and to collaboration.
So, first of all, that's super impressive. Just basic questions for someone like me that just goes over my head. The trains that you're
Mm-hmm.
built, what does that look like? If I'm driving right now? Because I can assume I know where the two
Mm-hmm.
tanks are because it looks like a
Yes.
tank. So if I'm driving from Brownsville to Port Isabel, what do the trains look like?
So you see the steel structures from the road. Those are the trains.
Okay.
And for train one, you can already see some of the fans that are going to be on top of the trains. That is what will cool down the that liquefaction unit. That is one of the features of our project, that it will be air cooled. Um,
And there's going to be a total of 4 or 5 trains,
so
or
we are fully permitted for 5 trains.
okay.
We have started the regulatory process for train six. Um, we would like to have in our plans 8 trains, but
Okay.
there's actually space for more than that
Wow.
within
So
our same
yeah. So
footprint.
so eventually, hopefully, 8 trains and 4 tanks.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. Um, any other kind of visuals like for us, like when this is all said and done, what does that do to Highway 48? Like, is it going to be expanded? What are you envisioning? The current, I think there's now 2 stoplights when I drive down there, right?
Yeah, so the stoplights, so that was TxDOT.
Mhm.
We collaborated with TxDOT, and we actually had a transportation and safety committee where we got together there with city officials, TxDOT, our project, and we talked about the different, like the changes in Highway 48. The lights are for safety,
Sure.
and if there are no workers coming in and out, those are in
They stay
green, so
green.
it flows. And really, the view, once it's fully built, you'll see the structures. You will not see any flares like you see in other areas. Ours will be on the ground. So if anything, if there needs to be an offset, it will just be like a glow on the floor.
That's interesting. So, part of having you guys here, right? Um, they had to do some dredging.
Hmm.
In order to have next decade here at the port, there had to be some dredging. We had to make it, I think, 10 feet deeper in order to handle the large vessels. I think you guys handle some of the largest vessels. What does that look like as far as from a vessel standpoint, the marine docks, and all of that portion of
Yes,
the entity?
that's correct. So next decade, in collaboration with the Port of Brownsville, so next decade is taking care of phase one of the dredging of the Brownsville ship channel. And so yes, we're deepening it by 10 feet all the way from the entrance of the Gulf to the west end of our project. And we built our own turning basin. So that means that our vessels will be able to turn right in front of our project. They do not have to go all the way to
In
the port's turning basin. And then so that, because we are taking care of that phase one, it was easier for the Port of Brownsville to get with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and for them to do phase two. And that will, significantly improve our chances of growing our economy and attracting other industries. So it's not just about LNG. It's really, our whole uh, economy and economic development is going to be impacted.
Sure. I mean, for the viewers listening, right? Those 10 feet are a really, really big deal because the type of vessels now, and you guys are handling, like you said, that first phase, and then the port's partnership deepens the rest
Hmm.
of the channel, correct? So now, beyond next decade, there's going to be large vessels that currently cannot come into the Port of Brownsville that would be able to come into the Port of Brownsville, right? That's the exciting part.
Yes, that's exciting.
And it opens the door to a million other things. How has the partnership been between the Port of Brownsville and Next Decade?
Oh, we have a wonderful partnership with the Port of Brownsville. So, like I said, we've been working together for a long time since the permitting process started. We have the lease with the Port of Brownsville. And so we've just been working together to get the infrastructure and everything that we need for our project. So we look forward to continuing that growth together. As Rio Grande LNG grows, the Port of Brownsville will grow as well.
You kind of touched upon some numbers, but I want to zero back in.
Hmm.
Um, so let's talk about jobs. So you kind of talked about the construction being in full swing, about 5,500 employees. What kind of impact does this mean regionally right now for this area?
Yeah, so as you know, we have a commitment to work with local businesses. And so since the project started construction in July of 2023, we have done business with over 175 local businesses. So that means that, we're working with the community through the supply chain to impact economic growth. At the same time, we have a community investment plan that we've working with the community. We have supported more than 60 local organizations with almost $1 million since we started. And then additionally, we made a donation to the city of Brownsville for a fire engine.
Yes. What is let's how long? So 5,500 employees are there every day.
Mhm.
You could see it. I mean, I drive by it. There's cars parked, and plus I don't know if y'all bus employees there, but it looks busy. How long do you think that the construction phase is going to last?
So I can tell you, all the employees go on their own to the side. Those buses that you see, they're Bechtels, and it's just to transport workers from the parking area to their
Okay,
work
to the
site.
site.
And so currently we have the 5,500 workers. We're just phase one of the construction, or train one actually, will be completed by 2027. And then the second train 6 to 9 months after that, and so on. Then trains 4 and 5, which we just announced final investment decision in September and October of last year, will just start a few months after, and then they will be completed also 6 to 9 months after. So, like, if you put it all together, and then plus this train 6 that we are filing for permitting, and then all the other trains, it will be years of construction or more.
Okay. And once, let's say it's all built out, let's fast forward. What does a job picture look like? I think you mentioned that there's going to be about 700 permanent jobs, I
Yes.
believe.
So we have 700 permanent jobs just for next decade, about 650 related to the pipeline and the gas supply facility. So, and that's just with the current phases that are permitted. We're not talking about train 6 and beyond.
Sure. Um, you were talking about your community investments that you've made here in Brownsville.
Hmm.
You said that you donated. You've worked. I think you said 60 entities, right? That you
Hmm.
guys have
Yeah.
given close to $1 million
Yes.
to, and but you also did talk about the fire engine that you
Yes.
donated to the city of Brownsville. That's a $1.2 million fire engine, and some people have no idea. They see the fire engine and they have no idea all of the equipment that it entails, all of the security it entails. Why was it important for Next Decade to do that?
It was important because of our commitment to support the community. We're going to be, once this is fully built, we're going to be one of the largest projects in the region. Uh, at full development, we'll supply about 5% of global LNG. And so, when we started this process of working with the community and collaborating with the city of Brownsville, we didn't want to decide for the community how to support it. We had conversations
Mm-hmm.
with the city commissioners, city manager, and we had a list of different things that the city needed, and the fire engine was one of them. So this fire engine is the one in the station at the Port of Brownsville. So we thought that was a very suitable donation because it will not only benefit the community, but also our neighbors in the Port of Brownsville.
Sure. And I mean, I think it's the newest engine that we have. Beyond that donation, you did talk about how you just engage with the community on safety and education. Um, any words on that? Anything that I know you guys are very involved.
Yes, so we love engaging with the community through open houses, LNG safety demonstrations. We have conducted more than 20 open house sessions since we started and reached more than 5,500 people. However, about more than 4,000 of those have been students. So we have presented this LNG safety demonstration to students all the way from first grade to college and university, the general public. And because really LNG is so new to our community that we felt like that was the first step to make sure that the community understood the safety, the properties of LNG, and what is it that we're doing at the project.
Um, any final like what should our residents expect next with this project? Anything different? Anything that we should expect? I mean, what does the little future, the next year, look like for us?
Well, in the next year, we'll begin operations. So, because everything we've been doing so far has been just part of the investment, right? So, it will be exciting to see operations begin, first gas, the first vessel. So, that will be, a lot of firsts in the next year and also a lot of continuous growth. So, we're excited for what's to come.
So yeah, the train one gets up and running. You're still building train two, and then
That's
and
right.
it's going to continue that way. Train one's functional, it's producing, it's shipping. Train two eventually will be concluded, and it just amps up the amount of productivity. Three, four, five, hopefully all the way to train six, right?
That's right. Yes.
And maybe by in 10 years, it's fully the construction is fully completed, and and you're working at 100%. Is that the goal?
That's the goal. Yes.
Um, yeah, I think it's important for people to know that this is a long-term project, not a short-term build. And I think that stating these facts to the viewers is what this podcast is all about, is to educate them to so that they understand. For example, was I did not know at first when I first found out that I thought, oh, they're going to just be in construction for 5 to 7 years, that we would not even start production. But understanding that production is happening this upcoming year is super exciting. Andrea, thank you for helping me break this down and explain what's really happening over there. It's real progress, and people don't understand the significance of. I think they don't comprehend until you talk about it, the significance of 5,500 jobs and then 700 permanent jobs. I mean, that kind of impact for our region is tremendous, and it's what we've been trying to get to here in the city of Brownsville is higher paying jobs, better paying jobs for our community, so that we're able to up the quality of life. And living here in Brownsville. Are there anything else that I did not ask you about that you wanted to share with the viewers about you, about your role, about the future? Anything else that I just didn't talk about that you feel the need to express?
Well, I mean, one of the things that we do with the community is we have a community advisory board where we have, for example, City of Brownsville officials, superintendents of the schools. We have NGO representatives, the fire chief, the police chief, and also representatives from all the other cities and surrounding towns. And we do this because we want to make sure that we have a channel of engagement and communication with the community, that we address any questions, any concerns. And not only that, we have a community feedback system that we promote in all the community events. And we like to be there at the community events because we want to know what is it that people are wondering about our project, what they want to know. And it's always exciting that, our top questions are always about jobs and about doing business with us. So people are interested in becoming a vendor in the jobs. I've heard so many stories of people that, they used to work somewhere else and now they're coming back to Brownsville, to other towns in the Rio Grande Valley to work for this project. And that is just amazing to see that we're bringing those families together and that we are contributing to the development of this region.
So, if there's someone new listening and they want to find out more, what platforms do you have for them?
We are on LinkedIn. We have a website. We have a
What's the
Facebook
website?
page,
www dot.
next-decade.com.
Okay, so the website, LinkedIn, eh,
Facebook,
Facebook, you
X, yes.
everything. Just
Yes.
look for what's the search. If someone's here watching, they put Next Decade.
I would say Rio Grande LNG,
Rio Grande LNG.
just to be so specific
correct.
about the project.
And then from there, find whatever platform you're comfortable, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Whatever.
Right?
And if you search for Rio Grande LNG, you will find our community feedback system as well. We have an online form in English and in Spanish, a voicemail, and an email inbox. So however you're comfortable engaging with us, you can send a question and we'll respond to it.
Excellent. Anything else?
That's all. Thank you so much for the invitation
No,
and the
thank you.
opportunity to be
I
here.
think this is so important. This is a huge, I mean, we drive by it every day. I get asked questions all the time, and our job is to provide information to the citizens of Brownsville. Thank you all so much, obviously, for the work you're doing, but for the community engagement that you have. I mean, you guys are literally everywhere, and part of my heart is youth development, and you all invest so much into young people. So I can't thank you all enough for the work that you're doing also inside of our community of Brownsville and to the young kids of Brownsville. Thank you again very much. You heard it here, folks, at Brownsville at Large. This is NextDecade Rio Grande LNG. I hope that it was informative. I hope you learned. We'll continue bringing you updates as this project continues to develop. It's a long-term project, but we're looking forward this year to production and to start exporting and seeing this come to life. That does it for this show. Thank you. We'll see you at our next episode of Brownsville at Large.
Brownsville at Large, voices that shine.